glorious sun, my glorious cat. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. Hi, baby. I just had a yoga class, which I'm very, very happy about. I always feel so good when I go to a yoga class. Like after the class, it's like, it's just, is it the endorphins? What is it? It's just so nice. So I've just gone to the yoga class. It was wonderful. And for the rest of the day, I have work in a few hours. And I also have to, I will be writing the new moon update for the yoga spiritual center that I write astrology updates for. It's about this amazing life-changing new moon that we have in Aries, and I'm super, super excited for it. It's gonna be so good, as in the Aries new moon and my new moon update. I'm super happy, super, super, super happy. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna have I've already had a coffee this morning, so I don't think I should have another one. So maybe a cup of tea, and then get started with writing that. My plan is to finish writing that before I head off to work. So bon voyage. I'm gonna get on with that right now. Okay, so this is what I opted for. I'm gonna go for ginger boost, and I'm gonna mix it with this. I always mix my teas, so it'll be this, which is like a turmeric chai, and the ginger boost. And this is what this one comes with, like little messages. I love the messages that it comes with. Today it's speak the truth. And then, yeah, that's it really. Oh, my cup is from my ex's father, and it's a Nigerian football player. He likes football. So I have just finished writing my Newman update for Eye of Hathor. It's I love this Aries new moon. I love it. So that is ready to go. So what I do after I finish writing is I will like shut the laptop or move on to something else, and then come back and reread it after about half an hour to an hour, or the next day or whatever. And then, you know, just reading it from a fresh, different perspective then allows me to see how it reads, and then make any adjustments that are needed to be made, and then I will send it off. And so that is done now. That new moon update is done. And the only other thing that was, well, my to-do list is very long. Oh, yes, yes. It's cold. Like freezing cold. That's why I'm sitting here with the hood on, because when I was writing, the back of my neck just felt cold, and I was like, I think after doing the yoga class and building up so much heat, it then just feels super cold. So yeah, update written. I'm going to be leaving for work in about an hour, and I might take you along on the bike ride on the way to work. And yeah, that's it. Bye for now. Right, so the plans have changed. I won't be riding into work. So I would love to go to the park. However, the weather is not very park conducive, but I suppose I could go for a walk. I probably should go for a walk. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I think I'll go for a walk. I'll give myself 10 minutes to psych myself up for it. I've just remembered that, ooh, look at these peppercorn edges. I've just remembered that I am waiting for a FedEx parcel today. So
I'll wait for the parcel to get here, and then hopefully I won't think, I'll just do, and I'll get up and go for a nice walk around the area. I didn't really want to have to edit this video, but I also don't want to have to stop and start. So I think I'm just going to leave it on for a while whilst I'll do stuff. So the thing I'm going to do is eat an egg. Sometimes I boil eggs and just leave them there, and then randomly during the day I'll have an egg. So first with the egg, I must chew more. So I found this in the Filipino grocery shop the other day, because here in Fulham there are no African shops, so it's not like Peckham where you would find lots of, you know, African foodstuffs. So using my common sense, I was like, aha, the Phillies will have it. So I found this in a Filipino shop, and I'm going to use this to substitute the panla or dried fish that I would have used in the yam porridge. So there's another kind which is smaller fish, and those are tastier. These are perfect for actually cooking. To snack on, not so good. So I'm going to put all of it. So I'm going to put some hot water. Just a little bit. So this is the fish soaking, and that will soften it up, and then later on I'll be able to break it down into smaller pieces. I hope you can hear me.
So here are the other ingredients. It will be tomatoes, nice and juicy, 1 bell pepper, an onion. I couldn't find it, and then I found it. So an onion, and I had some left over from the previous time. Ginger, but I'll only be using a little bit of it. Half a Scotch bonnet I've got here, and 1 clove of garlic. You also need a plantain. I would have preferred 2, but I just had 1 left. And of course the yam. My mum taught me that if the yam has these sprouts on it, then it's a good one. I will also boil just a few eggs, because I think that would go really nicely with this meal. I think this meal is actually usually served with either fried fish on the side or just meat, but I don't have any of that, so just a boiled egg on the side will do. Right, so this mixture is the bell pepper, tomatoes, onions, Scotch bonnet pepper, all blended together with no water. The water or the liquid is coming from the tomato. That was the small onion that I blended in there. I will be using that larger, or half of that larger onion. I'll be frying before I then pour the sauce into the oil. This is sunflower oil right here. So we've got the onions with the garlic in here, and then this is the fish. It has been soaking, it's softer now, and then I will chop it up. That's the juice from the fish. Keep that, that's very important. Then we are going to add the fish to the onion, and then we are going to add the sauce as well. Give it a good stir until everything is looking Right, so big yam. I don't know why I'm making that face. I have no idea. But big yam. That knife is too small, but I'm being lazy about getting a big knife because they're in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna be fighting this small knife to get through this really hard bit of yam for the next 5 minutes. You don't want to see that. Then I'm going to peel each piece of yam and just leave it aside for washing, well, rinsing later on. Now that the pepper mix has been boiling a while, I'm going to add some palm oil. Just flipped it over to show you that the palm oil is, what's that word? Not frozen, but yeah, like that. Because it's so cold. So I'm having to use the knife to get in there and get some palm oil. I just used 2 bits of the knife like that, that's more than enough. For seasoning, I'm going to be using these jumbo prawn flavored stock cubes. I'm going to use 2 of these, and I'm going to use 1 regular kind of Knorr stock cube as well. This is the yam. I'm now going to slice it into small pieces and drop it into the pepper mix that's boiling on the cooker. I like to make them in all different sizes, so big chunks, small chunks, not big, but what I held up will probably be the biggest, thickest chunk. And then I have flat, thin ones, but you can pretty much do it however you like. But the smaller they are, the more porridgey your yam will be, because it will sort of just melt into that sauce that you have prepared. After that, I will slice the plantain, and that will go in there along with the yam to cook. After that, I will grab the sauce, from the fish. I'll pour that into the mixture. Just adds an extra little level of flavor. This is just me being extra and taking the plantain out of like the top and the tail. And that is pretty much it, guys. This is how it looks when it's in the pot cooking away. And this is how it looks after a few minutes. I'd say about 15-20 minutes. Another 10 minutes and it's ready to go.